Hi, good morning. I'm Afi Ayanna, and welcome to your Life Force Breathwork and Gentle Yoga class. Today's focus is going to be focused on gentle yoga for the Manipura chakra. And the Manipura chakra is the solar plexus. Some of the benefits of developing this practice and some of the poses that we'll be doing today will be gaining strength in the center of our will. And so a lot of the organs that we'll be working with today, or the benefits of the organs, or organs that will benefit from this practice today, are the diaphragm. We'll be doing breath practices to strengthen and increase vitality by increasing oxygen coming into the diaphragm. We'll be doing poses that also focus on bringing energy into the spleen, the pancreas, the liver, the digestive organs, and as well the adrenals and gallbladder. A lot of the, so if you can also think of some of the key words involved with the solar plexus or the Manipura, they're the ideas of commitment, action, and energy. So it's really using or being able to direct our will so that we're able to take action and actually use our thoughts to become reality. So we'll begin today with a breath practice. You can find yourself comfortably sitting. If you'd like, you could always place your block underneath your sit bones, especially if you have any constriction in the hips, or if you need to just get a little bit more height in the hips. Sitting on a block gives you some more space for the femur bones to come down and more space for the breath in the belly. So you'll sit beginning, closing your eyes, rolling the shoulders up and down and back, and exhaling deeply out the mouth, out pursed lips, with an audible sound. And one more time, inhaling the shoulders up and down and back, inhaling through the nose, and this time exhaling out pursed lips 2 times. Releasing anything the moments before that brought you here and sinking deeper into the present moment. And one more time, inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling out pursed lips. Beautiful. The first breath practice we'll come into is called the Cetali Breath. So what you'll do is you'll make a small little O shape with your mouth, and you'll stick your tongue out if it's possible. If you're the one part of the society that can actually make a little circle with your tongue, you'll roll your tongue up like a hot dog bun. Yes, there we go. And you'll place it out, sticking out of your mouth. So what we're doing when we're focusing by breathing in through this cooling little center of the mouth, or even if you can't roll your tongue up, you can still just gently stick the tongue out of the mouth and inhale in. And the Cetali breath is a cooling breath. So especially if you have an unbalanced Manipura or solar chakra, sometimes it might manifest as hot-headedness, quick to anger, or kind of over-controlling. So one of the things that we can do in increasing our willpower and increasing our digestive powers, this Kriya or breath practice is that you do 26 of these breaths in the morning and 26 of these breaths in the evening that really help with your digestion. So if you're working on weight loss, if you're working on just kind of decreasing this like hot-headedness, this is a really good way. So right now we're going to practice this. We'll do about 26-ish breaths. So you'll inhale in through this through the little tiny mouth and the tongue, and then you'll exhale out the nostrils. And take it at your own pace. So beginning, you can close your eyes and keep your eyes focused on this point between your brows, and we'll gently inhale in through the tongue here, zipping in the air, and then exhaling out the nostrils. Nice and tall through the spine. Inhaling in through the tongue, sipping the air in, feeling that cooling effect in the back of the throat, and exhaling out the nostrils. Inhale in, feeling the breath as it comes in the back of the throat, and once it's there, exhaling out the nostrils. The gentle snoring breath out. Inhaling in. Breathing it all the way into the belly button, into the digestive center, and exhaling out the nostrils. Following the breath as it leaves all the way out, you can feel the warmth of the breath. So bringing that cooling, refreshing breath in. And exhaling out. Inhaling in. Exhale, release. Inhale in the tongue. Filling up, and exhale, releasing. Out the nostrils. Doing great. Inhaling in the mouth. Sipping in that cooling air, and exhaling out the nostrils. Inhale in. Refreshing, renewing. Exhaling out. Releasing and letting go. Inhale in. Refresh, renew. Exhaling out fully and completely. Seeing if you really can extend the breath all the way out. And inhaling in. Refreshing, renewing. Exhaling out the nostrils. Release and let go. Nice and tall through the spine. That's about 13. We'll do about 13 more. Inhaling in. Sipping in the breath, feeling the nourishment of the prana as it comes into the organ, and exhaling out. Inhale in. Filling all the way up into the top of the chest, the ears, and then exhaling out. Belly button releases back towards spine. Beautiful. Inhale in. Refresh, renew. You might even envision this light or this prana coming into the body, filling up, and then exhale, releasing any stagnancy or anything that's not serving you. Inhaling in. Sipping through the tongue, exhaling out the nose. Beautiful. 5 more here. Inhale in. Seeing if you can count the breaths as they're inhaling in through 5, exhaling out the nose 5. Using the power of the willpower to focus, inhaling in 4, in through the tongue, exhaling out the nostril 4. Belly button comes back towards spine, releasing, fully letting go. Inhale, renewing, sipping in through the tongue. 3, bringing in the fullness of the breath, and on the exhale, releasing and letting out 3. Inhaling in 2, sipping in through the tongue. Deepest, fullest breath of the day. Exhaling out, gently releasing and relaxing. 2, and the very last one, bring in your deepest sip of the day, inhaling in through the tongue. And exhaling out fully. releasing and letting go. And then just coming back to the normal breath here with the eyes closed. You might even bring your awareness to the base of your spine, to the Muladhara, to your point of foundation in the body. And just noticing the effects of this breath on the body. Gently just coming back to your Durga breath, or your 3-count inhalation and exhalation, placing one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. Bringing the sensation of the breath as it rises, breathing into the belly, filling up the belly, filling up the middle of the chest, feeling the breath as it comes up into the heart space. And on the exhale, releasing, hand floats back down, heart, feeling the beating of the chest, the ribs knit back together, and belly button comes back towards spine. In this 3-part breath again, breathing deep into the pelvic bowl, into the middle of the lungs, all the way up into the armpits. Beautiful. And then exhale, releasing that. Hand comes back towards heart. Solar plexus knits back together, belly button towards spine. Breathing air all the way out of the base of the spine. And one last breath here, 3rd breath, deep into the belly. Filling up, renewing, breathing into the center of the diaphragm, breathing all the way into the heart space. Feeling grounded, confident, and then exhaling. Feeling that gentle beating of the heart, the diaphragm as it sinks back down in the exhale, the belly button, the root grounded into the ground. Beautiful. Releasing and letting that go. The hands can come down, so palms are facing up towards the sky. You can let go of the block, remove it from underneath you. And we'll begin with some gentle neck circles here. So chin down towards the chest. Inhaling the chin up towards the sky. Breathing into your proud chest here. Exhaling, chin towards chest. Noticing the diaphragm as it knits back together, looking down towards the belly button. And inhaling, chin and chest up towards the sky. You might even begin to have some gentle flexion and extension through the spine. So exhaling, tucking the tailbone under. The belly button knits back towards the spine, making a C curve here. Chin comes down towards the chest. And then on the inhale, lifting the chest up towards the sky. The shoulders rotate up and down and back, chin up towards the sky. And then exhale, tilting the tailbone under. Head comes down, looking back towards the belly button. We're just using this subtle connection of this flexion and extension. Inhale, extending up, breathing into your proud chest, and then exhale, releasing, tucking the tailbone under, belly button back towards spine. Inhale, breathing up, shoulders rotate up and down and back, and exhale, tucking the tailbone under, breathing into the back of the heart. Beautiful. So it might even look like nothing's happening from the outside, but by bringing this central focus into the gentle breath, looking down towards the belly button, inhaling, extending up. You might even shift the weight forward onto the sit bones, chin up towards the top corner of the room, and exhaling, chin back towards the belly button, breathing into the back of the shoulder blades here. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming back up to neutral. Fantastic. Just taking one breath here, noticing the effects of that breath on the body. subtle as it may be. And then extending the arms out towards the side. We'll exhale the hands behind us. You can bring the fingertips back down towards the ground, or maybe even just the fingertips come down to touch. Or if it's approachable for you, you could even take your belt here or your bluff, reach it behind you, and grab a hold so that you can grab both sides of your block, or just get that extension here. So inhaling here and exhaling, lifting that block or lifting the arms up off the floor a little bit here. Inhale, dropping the arms down. Breathing into the chest. Exhale, lifting the arms up. Just gently, if that's accessible, maybe even just a centimeter off the ground. Inhale here. Breathing into your proud chest, and on the exhale, releasing the arms. And one more time, this time we'll try opposite breath, inhaling the arms up, breathing into the front of the chest, exhaling the hands down. Bringing this extension into the front of the chest, inhaling the arms up, breathing into that space in the front of the chest, exhaling the hands down. 2 more here, inhaling the arms up. Perhaps smiling, gentle smile, inner smile, and exhaling, giving thanks for this body. And one more time, inhaling, breathing into your proud chest, and exhale, releasing the hands, releasing the block or the strap, and releasing the hands around to the front. Fantastic. We're going to give the hands a little shake out in front of us, releasing any tension or any stress that may have built up in the hands. Fantastic. So we can bring the arms out in front, and we'll take some wrist circles here. So making the hands and the willpower, this extension of our willpower, is the action that we have in our hands. So using this mobility through our hands to be this extension of the heart, the action that we take through our heart, and then switching direction, also this action that the willpower, this manifest willpower that we are able to use through the physicality of the arms and the hands. And then release, shaking that out. Exhale out the mouth. Fantastic. And then arms up to the side here. Extending through the fingertips, rotating. Imagining that you have paintbrushes in the hands. Really rotating the shoulders up and down and back. Nice and strong through your arms, and switching direction. You can release out the mouth if any tension is building up. Nice and tall through the spine, and then exhale, shaking those hands out. Releasing and letting go. And then the hands up above the head. If it's too much to extend the hands up, you can do cactus arms here, and then rotating the shoulder, the hands first. Imagining that you have paint brushes in each hand, or each finger is a fan that you're rotating that energy around, and then switching direction. Nice and tall through the neck, tall through the spine, and then exhale, shaking that out. And then give yourself a nice little compression up the arms. Yep, up the right side, up the left side. Get into the shoulders here. Give yourself a pat on the back. Pat on the shoulders. Or continued well job done. And then just a little tapping into the chest here too. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. And this is really good for the willpower, bringing vitality into the chest. You can tap down the right side of the rib cage. Inhaling, patting down the left side. And then closing the eyes here. And then just noticing any tingling, Any difference in the breath here? Coming back to that 3-part Durga breath. Durga, the activator, the goddess of activation. And noticing how the body feels activated here. The increase in energy or life force in the arms, throughout the chest, the breast, out throughout the hands. So we always go into these active states with yoga, and then coming back to the passive state and just noticing the effects on the body. This gives us an opportunity to expand our bandwidth and be aware of the changes as they come up in the body. Fantastic. Beautiful. Inhale, opening the arms out to the side. We're going to place the hands on the shoulders here, and then rotating the shoulders together. Inhale up together, and exhaling out to the side. Bringing the shoulders down, squeezing the elbows towards the center, and exhaling the elbows out towards the side. And exhale out the mouth, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Sighing out, inhaling in, exhaling out, really extending through the shoulders. Inhale, exhaling the shoulders back and down. Inhale, you might even bring the belly button forward, and exhale out. So you can even really get into this extension if it feels good. Exhaling forward, inhaling, opening, exhale, even bending subtly forward. Inhale, opening, exhaling together. Inhale, opening, exhale, releasing, and inhale, opening. And then we'll take it in the opposite direction, exhaling forward, compressing. Inhale, wide open with the wings. Exhale, squeezing and compressing. Elbows together, belly button towards spine. Inhale, right and open through the chest, rotating, finding as much movement through the shoulders. So by doing this movement, we're also bringing synovial fluid, or especially if you have any arthritis in the shoulders and the joints, by increasing the oxygenation in the body. We then also in turn are increasing the production of synovial fluid, which then in turn begins to lubricate the joints. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeezing together, perhaps bending forward. And the last one, inhale, soaring the heart open. And exhale. Beautiful. And here, taking the legs to a V shape, if this is comfortable for you. They can even be just hip width distance apart. No shame in the game, depending on where you are. Keeping a little micro bend in the knees here, if it's possible for you. If not, you can just gently just leave the legs out to the front here. And if it's too much for you, you can just inhale. You're going to exhale forward, reaching down towards the toes, down towards the ankles or the calf, and inhale back up. Exhaling forward and inhaling back up. So this is just an active forward bend. Exhale forward, inhale back up. This is beginning to open up the back of the hips, creating more heat and more blood flow into the digestive organs through this compression. Exhaling forward, inhaling back up. Exhaling forward, inhaling back up. If you're able to reach around the toes, you can grab with the toes or grab onto the ankles. Inhaling back up, sliding the hands up the legs, exhaling forward, inhaling back up. I actually really like to move the hands up and down the legs, exhaling forward. So it begins to bring the subtle energy, this prana vayu up into the digestion organs, inhaling up, exhaling forward, pushing any stagnation out of the bottom feet of the feet, inhaling back up, drawing vitality back up into the core of the body, exhaling forward, inhaling back up, making sure to keep that micro bend in the knees here, exhaling forward. And you'll notice as you begin to do this, you'll get a little more warmed up in the lower back. So every time you're doing this, you get a little more mobility and flexibility. Exhaling forward. Inhale, drawing up. And really keep that breath active. Exhale forward, out the mouth. Inhale in the nose. As if we're sipping in through that straw. Exhaling forward. Yes. Inhale back up. So using this forcefulness of the breath, it's reminding the body that we're in this active drawing in and releasing. Inhale up. Exhale forward, out the mouth. Inhale forward. Inhale up. And exhale forward. Inhale forward. Exhaling out on a shh. This is also good when you're inhaling up and exhaling out on the shh sound. The sh sound in Chinese medicine is for the kidneys. So this is really good because as we're exhaling forward, we're getting a gentle stretch in the back of the kidneys and releasing any stagnant energy in the kidneys or the back of the body. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. And then also the kidneys being the organ of detoxification in the body, we're releasing and exhaling out on that detoxifying, releasing. On the inhale, sipping in that vital energy, and exhale, releasing and letting go that which isn't serving us anymore. Inhaling up, bringing in our action and our energy, exhaling, releasing stagnation. Inhale, drawing up, and exhale, releasing forward, letting go. Inhale, drawing up. And we typically do this for about 3 minutes here. Inhale up. So this movement becomes a kriya or a dance of repetitive movement, that the longer that we do it, it signals to the body its own subtle release of that which is not serving us anymore. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Inhale up. And then exhale, release. Inhaling up. And then exhaling, release. Fantastic. Inhaling up. And we'll just sit here, nice and tall through the spine. Hands placed perhaps on the knees to bring some of that healing energy back into the knees or any place along the legs that might need this energy. And redirecting the prana. So in yoga, this idea of prana or life force, as you become more adept at the practice, you can begin to redirect this energy. So we build up our life force through the practice. And then we say through yoga that where the attention goes or where the mind goes, the attention flows. So by being able to place our hands on a place in the body where we draw this energy in, through the exhale, we can release and redirect the energy through the warmth of our hands to the place in the body where we'd like them to go. In this case, to the knees or where your hands are resting on your legs. Inhale, drawing in this life force into the body, and exhale, redirecting this energy from the heart, from the lungs, down the arms, into the warmth of the hands, into the legs or the knees. One more time here, inhaling in. Drawing in this strength, energy, vitality, and exhale, redirecting this energy. Beautiful. Fantastic. Gently opening up the eyes. You can cross the legs here or leave them out in front of you, whatever's comfortable. And we'll come into a breath. I don't know if you're familiar with a breath called the breath of fire. And the breath of fire is a light, quick exhalation. You can place your hands onto the belly or onto the diaphragm underneath the ribs, so you get a sense of, as you inhale, we can try it this way. As you inhale in, you can exhale with the tongue out of the mouth very similarly as we began, as if you're a dog panting. Inhale in, and exhaling as a dog panting out. And the belly button releases. So that is one way of thinking of a simple breath of fire. We can even think of this time, so that inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out, and you feel the belly releasing out and forward. So instead of the breath in the belly releasing out and forward, we're going to, on the exhalation, think about the breath, where the tongue is out of the mouth, as if a dog is panting. And the inhale comes in naturally, but we'll just be releasing out of the tongue as if a dog is panting. So it's a little bit quicker and faster, and it sounds like this. So, and then you'll notice from the side, with my hands on the belly button draws back towards the side. So it goes like this. And you can take it at your own pace. If that's too much to think about it with the tongue open, you could also just breathe out of the nose subtly. I like to try it in the beginning when you're becoming familiar with the breath of fire, exhaling out of the tongue, because it's just a more conducive sound to the practice. And really take it at your own pace. If you feel like you're going too slow, you might get a little bit lightheaded, so you can go a little bit faster. We'll try it for just about 30 seconds here to familiarize yourself with the breath of fire. So we'll inhale and begin. Inhaling in, and then that light, quick breath as the belly button moves back towards the spine. And then inhale, release that out. Nice. And inhale back in. And then just coming back to the normal breath here. It seems a lot to begin with, but we're just going to try to familiarize with yourself with it. If it becomes too much at any point, just come back to the natural breath and take it at your own pace here. So inhale in the nose, you can close the eyes here, and exhale out the mouth. Inhale in the nose, exhale out the mouth, belly button towards spine. Inhale in through the nose, belly back towards spine. Inhale nose, belly button to spine. Inhale into nose, belly button to spine. Inhale nose, belly button to spine. Inhale nose, belly button spine. Inhale nose, belly button to spine. Inhale nose, belly button to spine, the tongue out. Inhale to the nose. 2 more, belly button spine. Inhale the nose. And belly button to spine. Beautiful. Just releasing and letting that go. Even tapping down the chest, releasing and letting that go. Breathing in nice and deep into the lungs. Releasing out any stagnation or judgment. Even tapping on the back side of the ribs here. Nice and loose with the wrist, tapping onto the back side of the kidneys. The back side of the lungs. Beautiful. Releasing and letting that go. The next breath that we'll come into is another breath that's really good for the diaphragm, really good for increasing blood flow here to the spleen, here to the gallbladder and the liver. And so we'll inhale, the arms out to the side. So we'll inhale as if we're grabbing, sipping in through the nose. You can either punch out if you're feeling frustrated with any of this, or if you feel like a little hot or tempered, you can exhale out the nose, exhale out, punching. Exhale forcefully out the nose. Beautiful. Forceful exhale out the nose. Three more, each side. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. And then inhale the hands up above the head. Drawing the hands back to the heart center. Inhale, reaching up, gathering. Exhaling, releasing. So thinking of this energy fountaining through the body. Inhale, really extending through the fingertip. Exhale, releasing through the center of the heart. Inhale, reaching, extending through the fingertip. And seeing if you can take a full inhalation as the hands come up to look above the head, and exhale really slowly if the hands are moving through molasses. Inhale viscously, the arms extending out through the fingertip. Gathering in that willpower, bringing it through the center of the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching and extending up. Nice and strong extension through the diaphragm. Exhaling the hands back to heart center. And then we'll switch direction here. Exhaling up. Inhale, gathering, bringing that energy back to the heart. Exhale, fountaining up your joy. This wellspring of joy coming through the body. Exhaling the hands back down. Inhaling the hands to the heart center. Shining the heart up and out, extending it through the action of the hands. Inhaling, hands up. Joy like a wellspring. Exhale, fountaining out of the body. Drawing this energy of renewal in through the center of the heart. In through the willpower. Exhale, releasing. Letting go of anything that's not serving you. And 1 more proud breath through the center of the chest. Arms bouncing up and exhaling the hands back down. Beautiful. Releasing and letting go. We're going to come gently to lay on the back here for a second. So the legs extended out, the arms reaching up towards the sky. And just coming into a little bit more of a renewing sense. We'll take about 30 seconds here. You can place 1 hand on your heart, 1 hand on your belly. And just feeling the heart as it begins, the heart rate as it begins to come back to a slower, normal rate. So now trying this Durga or 3-part breath from the lying position, inhaling, breathing into the belly, noticing the ribs as they rise up off the ground, the air coming all the way underneath the rib cage, and then exhale, releasing the heart. Arms, hands comes towards the heart, ribs knit together, belly button back towards spine. And then noticing the inhalation into the bottom of the ribs, center of the ribs, top of the chest, into the heart. And then on the exhale, the ribs, center of the chest, belly button towards spine. And one more time, inhaling in, bottom of the belly, center of the chest rising, breathing all the way into the shoulder blades, clavicle. Exhaling, really feeling the breath as it moves up and down the spine. And one more time, just following the breath at your own pace, inviting that gentle tracking of the breath as it fills up like a balloon from the bottom to the top. Perhaps holding for a second here at the top, and then exhale, releasing the breath from the top, the middle, the ribs knit together, and then the belly button back towards the spine. Beautiful. Now placing the hands out so that the hands are about hip-width distance apart. We're going to walk the feet up so that they are also hip-width distance apart, almost so that you could grab a hold of your ankles here, and the heels pressing into the floor, the toes pressing into the floor. We're going to place our elbows up. I don't know if you can see me here. Place the elbows up so that they're in robot arms here. And the elbows are going to press into the ground. So you're squeezing the side of the ribs with your elbows. The backbone, the tailbone presses into the ground. The back of the neck and head presses into the ground. The feet press into the ground. And then take a nice inhalation here, feeling the whole entirety of the back, even the lower back, pressing into the ground here. And then exhaling the breath out. And then on the next inhalation, inhaling, lifting the tailbone gently off of the ground. And then the lower back comes off of the ground, pressing into the elbows. Then the chest is the last thing to lift off of the ground into this gentle bridge pose. And then exhaling, the top of the ribs, the middle of the ribs, and then the tailbone presses into the ground. So similar to the breath that we were just doing, but now we're lifting the lower lumbar spine off the ground. So we'll try that again. So inhale in, lifting the tailbone off, curling the tailbone, the tail between the legs, the belly button lifts off of the ground, the ribs lift off the ground, pressing into the elbows, chin and chest lift up, and then on the exhale, the chest rolls back down, the spine rolls, middle of the spine, and then the lower spine, the tailbone, presses back into the ground on the exhalation. Inhaling again, this dynamic movement, tailbone up through the center, ribs lift up, pressing into the elbows, breath coming into the back of the neck, and then on the exhale, rotating, the shoulders touch the ground, mid-back touches the ground, and then rolling the tailbone, and finally the coccyx, the bottom of the spinal column, presses into the ground. One more time, inhaling up, lifting, activating through the center of your willpower, strengthening, pressing into your nice firm feet, tailbone lifts, and then pressing, releasing the shoulder blades back onto the ground, tailbone comes back onto the ground. And here you might even, this is where you could take your block and place it between your legs here. So you can take your block, lift it up into the air, and then press it between your thighs here, and then lifting your robot arms up into the air, fingertips up, and then squeezing the elbows at a 90-degree angle, come in, squeezing the side of the rib cage, exhaling the breath out. And then on the inhale, squeezing that block between the leg, Inhaling, rolling the lower tailbone up, mid back up, and then finally the top chest comes together while you're squeezing that block, and then exhale, rotating top of the spine, middle spine, and lower spine comes off the ground. And here you'll notice maybe with the block, you're only coming about a few centimeters off the ground. That's okay. Really active here. Inhale, lifting up. Bottom of the spine, middle of the spine, pressing into the elbow, breathing into your proud chest here. And then exhale, releasing back down. Tailbone, the last thing to come into the earth. And this next breath we're going to take, we'll inhale up, tucking the tailbone up, lifting, pressing into the pelvic girdle, lifting the ribs up, pressing into the elbows here. And we're going to take 3 breaths here, just staying static in the pose, but active in the breath, pressing into the elbows, breathing into the proud chest. The chin comes up towards the sky. Chest comes up. Exhaling, belly button back towards spine. Inhale, squeezing the block here. Promise this is the last active thing we'll be doing. And then exhaling, releasing belly button towards spine. You're doing beautiful. And one more breath here. Inhaling. If you're shaking, that's fantastic. That means you're alive and you are releasing. And exhale, release, let go, rolling down the spine very slowly as if you're moving through molasses. Tailbone is the last thing to come down. Releasing the block out. Letting the arms lie down. Letting the legs lie out straight. Feet hip width distance apart. Palms up towards the sky. And then just releasing and letting go. In Shavasana or corpse pose. Take 3 breaths here. So using the willpower to count the breaths as they come in, inhaling in. Noticing the fullness of the breath. Exhaling out 3. Releasing fully. Inhaling into, following the breath as it comes in through the nostril. Exhaling out 2, following the breath as it releases. Feeling any pulsating or energy in the body, perhaps the beating of the chest. And then following this last breath as it comes in. Your deepest breath of the day, really using the biofeedback of the spine against the floor here. And then perhaps breathing out, exhaling out the mouth. And one more twist here. One more final pose as a twist. You can, if it's comfortable for you, cross the right leg over the left thigh. And then exhale, bending the legs over towards the left side of the body. If it's too much for your lower back, you can just bend the knees at a 90-degree angle and then bending the knees over towards the left side of the body. Inhaling both arms out to a Texas T. So the palms are facing up towards the sky. And really allowing this inhalation to fill up the belly, fill up the backside of the body. And on the exhalation, gently releasing the breath, releasing the knees towards the left side. Inhaling in. You might even rotate the head over towards the right side so that you can look over at the right palm. If you have any neck or cervical spine issues, sometimes this might create a little bit of a tingling sensation down the arm. Nothing to be too concerned about. It's just kind of like you're bringing in some flossing of the radial nerve, or this nerve that runs all the way from the fingertips up the arm and into the back of the, under the arm into the back of the neck. You can inhale the head back to center if that's too much for you. Perhaps you might take one more extension of the breath, and even you could bring the knees up towards the chest slightly, into a little fetal position curl. You might even bring the left hand on top of the right thigh. Inhaling, actively releasing out an aha sound, a sound for the heart. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out on the ha sound. Releasing and letting go. Inhaling into the center of the belly. This gentle compression of the internal organs on the left-hand side. And releasing out the mouth. And then on your next inhalation, bringing the knees back to the center. And then either crisscrossing the left leg over the top of the right thigh, and then shifting the hips over to the left side. And when you're ready, crisscrossing the legs over to the right. Or if the knees are parallel, drawing the knees up towards the belly, perhaps at a little bit more of a 45-degree angle. And then on the exhale, releasing the knees over to the right side. With every inhalation, breathing deeper into the center of our being. Breathing into reinforcing that willpower with the breath. Infusing the confidence. Infusing our thoughts with a heightened sense of well-intentioned being. Inhaling deep into the center of the belly. Arms out at the Texas T. You might bring the right hand onto the left hip. You could look over the left shoulder if that's comfortable for you. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out on the ha or the heart sound. Ha. Breathing into the center of the being. Into the willpower, the center of the Manipura, and exhaling out with that heart-centered action. Reinvigorating with the breath. As you inhale, and then on the exhale, releasing out. Beautiful. Then releasing both hands back out, bringing the hands, then the knees back to the center, releasing the legs, hip, feet, toes move out towards the corners of the room, rotating the shoulders up and down and back, palms facing up towards the sky. We'll end today's practice in this Shavasana pose, this gentle relaxation pose. So just taking a moment here to relax and release. If you'd like to, you can Om Shanti along with me, Om being that primordial sound, and Shanti meaning peace. You can bring the hands in front of your heart as you're lying, resting here, or you can just receive. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out, Om Shanti. Bringing peace into the physical being. Om Shanti. Bringing peace into the mental sphere. Om Shanti. Bringing peace into our spiritual being. And when you're ready, you can either stay here and end your practice in lying, or you could roll over onto your right side and then gently rolling the self back up to the center. Placing the hands in front of the heart. Namaste and Ashe.